But yes, what else have I been doing lately? I know, I got into an argument on YouTube with some creationists. That's interesting. It's a long story, but basically I was trying to explain to this dude called Creation Liberty. Yeah. Oh dear, that was not good. Let's just hide in here a moment. Where is he? There he is. I was trying to explain to this dude called Creation Liberty that despite what he claimed, the theory of evolution says nothing about the Big Bang or the origin of life or abiogenesis, or it also doesn't claim there is no God. It also is not a foundation of atheism. This is going to be a bit of a rant, this, because this guy was really getting on my nerves. But he's so convinced that evolution is some sort of philosophy, some atheistic philosophy of the world. And this guy, the level of ignorance is really astounding. I thought he was a troll for the longest time, and he still might be, but he just seems so sincere, ow, in his stupidity that I don't know. Ow, ow. God damn. What? Ugh. Skillies. Ow. Man. Ow. Ugh. Jason. Anyway, yes, but he thinks atheism is it leads to communism. I'm not even joking. Creation Liberty on YouTube. Look at this guy's videos. He's 100% real. Uh, and people have tried to correct him. They've tried to point out that he's using straw men, and that even when he isn't using straw men, his arguments are the same old creationist nonsense, pseudoscience. Oh, they found a hat in somewhere that looked like it had been fossilized, and it was only a few years old. Therefore, all fossils ever discovered cannot possibly be millions of years old. That's not how science works. But man, creationists. Oh, creationists. It's never a good sign when here's a fun challenge. I call it the creationist drinking game. Try watching a creationist video on YouTube and see how long it takes before they get the definition of evolution wrong. I guarantee you it will not even be a few minutes. And that's not really a good sign when you're trying to make an argument. If you can't go 5 minutes without without needing to use a straw man of your opponent's argument. Honestly, these people, there's someone else whose name I'm not sure how to pronounce. It's like 1T Mock. It's kind of hard to 1TMOCH. I'm not sure what that's meant to mean, but he thinks the existence of laws of nature prove the existence of God, which is, of course, an argument from ignorance. Not that he'll admit this. He seems to be under the impression it's a perfectly legitimate argument. Oh, not terribly nice weather today, but he's. Hang on, is this day 8 that started, and then it started raining? Oh well. But he's one of those presuppositional apologetics guys. And if you don't know what that is, they basically say, I presuppose a God exists, therefore God exists. And I'm not even joking, that's basically their argument. It's pretty sad. And I should point out that, these are people, they call themselves like biblical literalists. They believe in Noah's Ark, Tower of Babel, not to mention the literal Genesis account of creation, 6 days, 6 to 10,000 years ago, all that nonsense. These are people who are so backwards behind science they can't even figure out what evolution is, let alone make a coherent argument against it. So, it really is sad that these... And obviously in most of the industrialized world, people like that are laughed at and not taken seriously by anyone who knows anything about anything. But in places like the US, where there's so much religious fundamentalism, there is a significant creationist movement. And some of them like to call themselves intelligent design proponents. But intelligent design is basically creationism in a cheap lab coat. And, just pointing to something complex and saying, I think God did it, is not science, guys, okay? And even if you don't call him God, we know what you mean. Okay. Here's the fun. This is really a rant now. This creeper is unnerving me. But you know, here's a fun fact: the evidence for common ancestry is so overwhelming it is considered a scientific fact. Okay, that is the fact of evolution. The theory of evolution is what Darwin came up with. Darwin and Wallace, I should say. Everyone always forgets about Wallace, but he was there. He had a part to play. Anyway, and the theory of evolution is natural selection, and you know, it's the mechanism, it's the idea that ties the facts together. That's how science works. They find facts, things which are just so overwhelming they cannot be disputed, and then they make theories to tie them together. This is how science works. You know, and of course there are people who say, oh, the world can't be billions of years old. That's ridiculous. You know, if that was true, then why are there still monkeys? And you know, other ignorant comments like this. You know, I have these. I do apologize if none of this interests you. If you just want to hear me talk about Minecraft and games and crap, but this topic drives me mad. Scientific illiteracy. How can you not understand what evolution even is, let alone, you know, I'm not telling you to accept the theory, I'm just telling you to get the definition right. If you can't even do that, then what's the point in arguing? I always say, you saying that evolution has something to do with the Big Bang is like me claiming that creationists believe the world was farted into existence. That is the level of straw man that you're working with, okay? And then there's the claim that evolution is somehow uh, one of the foundations of atheism, which is just demonstrably wrong because atheism has existed for far longer than evolution. The theory of evolution has been around. Um, uh, my brain just turned off there. I apologize. But, oh, these people, I swear, that drive me mad. I can't understand how anyone can be so ignorant. Um, and then, you know, ugh. Honestly, you know, and then there are the ones who say, "Oh, evolution. Well, we couldn't be here by random." Yeah, because that's what evolution is. That's random. Yeah, it's called natural selection, guys. It's the opposite of random. Mutation and genetic drift appear to be random, but natural selection is not. That's the key. That's I believe that's what Darwin and Wallace gave to the whole proceedings. That's the theory part. And you know, it just happens to be one of the most strongly accepted theories in science. So, oh, and of course, a theory in a scientific theory is not the same as the sort of theory one would just talk about. You know, I have a theory that tomorrow will be Thursday, or something stupid like that. No, it's not like that. A theory is just not a guess, okay? A theory in science is the second highest level of proof possible, okay? The only higher level of proof in science that a hypothesis can reach is mathematics, okay? So, gravity is a theory, you know, atomic theory, the theory of cells, these are all theories, and so is the theory of evolution. So, if you really want to go around saying that evolution is only a theory, I heard a good analogy. It's like saying that an athlete is only a gold medal winner, okay? So if you ever hear someone use the only a theory argument, that kind of tells you how much they actually understand about the scientific method. And I am nothing but an interested amateur. Okay, I have no actual skill at any science. I got a C in my GCSE science exam, and I was happy with that. You know, I wish I'd paid more attention in my science lessons now. You know, because people like Neil deGrasse Tyson have given me a reason to care more about science. You know, when you understand that we all came from, you know, exploded stars and crap like that, that's just so awesome to me. Because forget Jesus, stars died so I could live. You know, I think that's way cooler than some bloke. You know, no offense. This is just me, personal opinion here, and I'm not talking about Christians or religious people in general when I say I hate these people. I hate creationists. And I think we can all agree that creationists are an extra level beyond, these are people who literally think Noah's Ark happened. despite that being 15 different levels of impossible. Okay, that's enough of a rant about that. Let's get down to building my lovely house. That sounds like a nice idea, doesn't it? Now, my house will be made of stone bricks. My house. I'll live in it for kicks. My house. I've run out of lyrics now. But, okay, well, I'm such a pro that I've actually got... You can hear it rustling. I've actually gotten a drawing of what my house will look like. And it's quite epic, I can assure you. Okay, I'm trying to decide whether to make the walls out of wood and... I think I want the walls made of wood and the floor made of... No, one second. I'm going to make the walls out of stone and the floor out of wood. Yes, that's an excellent plan. That's a marvelous plan. This is the best plan anyone has ever had. I love this plan. I'm proud to be a part of it. Now, pick up this. Okay, so... Oh man, I'm gonna have like a circle thing. And it's gonna be cool. I'm trying to remember how you make circles in Minecraft. Hang on. Is it? Yes, I think I've got it. There we go. Stone brick. One of my I love that they put stone bricks in because everyone hated how cobble looked. So, hang on. Something's gone wrong here. What have I done? Wait a minute. Okay, hang on. No, this is wrong. Oh, damn, that's definitely wrong. Okay, there we go. Yeah. But stone bricks are cool. I'll fill that in with something, I don't care. I'll just put like stilts down there, like a kind of like fence. I'll put a fence down there and it'll look like stilts to hold it up. Wow, is day 8 ending already? Wow. It doesn't feel like so much time has passed. It feels like only 5 minutes ago I was like being murdered by all those mobs. But oh well. Oh, I've confused myself. Hang on. Okay, well, let me look at my other topics of conversation moment. I'm going to light this place up, just because I know as soon as night falls, everyone is going to try and kill me. Is there a sign up? There's a sign up there. Let me see what the sign says. Oh, no. Oh, I'm not going. What does it say? I have no idea. I can't read it, but if anyone knows what it says, you can tell me. It's probably nothing interesting. No, I can't. Oh well, but yeah, I'm looking at my topics of conversation. I'm looking at my topics. Uh, Oh yes. I don't want to go on another creationist rant. I never worked out how you say that. But have you? Oh no. Let's talk about logic, shall we? Okay. Oh, I know. Let's talk about the definition of atheism. How about that? This is something fundamentalists and by extension creationists seem to get wrong all the time. Okay, let's listen. This is how logic works. Okay, I make a claim. I have an apple. You say, show me the apple, or show me evidence for the apple. And I say, well, you can't see it, but it's there. And I'm like, well, how do I know this? And you're like, you'll just have to take my word for it. If you can't show me any reason to think there's an apple, I'm not going to just assume there's an apple. And, you know, to be fair, if you're my friend, I have no reason to assume you would lie to me. But that's not reason enough, you know. Eyewitness testimony is one of the weakest kinds of evidence. I think it may be even the weakest kind of evidence. I mean, people say they were abducted by aliens, but you don't believe them. So, but here's the thing. If you claim you have an apple and then fail to show me an apple, that doesn't automatically mean I believe I would make the claim that you definitely don't have an apple. I just have no reason to think you have an apple, okay? And this is different from outright saying, you don't have any apples. This is like, I just say, I don't see any apples, so I'm not going to believe you have any apple. And this creeper is trying to blow up my new house. What a prick. He does look like a prick, doesn't he? Literally, he looks like a big cock. So, that's not good. It's not good to have a green cock, let's be honest. You should probably see a doctor. You know. I mean, I think your lady friend might say something if it had gone green. You know. What a horrible image I've just put in your heads. Welcome. Ow, snap, and, getting the... Wow. That was really... Wow. Okay, yeah, I nearly died there. Let's fill this up a bit, shall we? But yes, this is the thing, you know. You'll get these creationists and fundamentalists and all that. They'll say atheism is unscientific because you can't prove that there's no God. And I'm like, yes, evidence, no, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, but but that which is claimed without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. You don't say, I think that the moon is made of cheese, and then, oh wait, no, that's a bad example because we can't. Okay, I think there's a magic walrus in the center of the earth who controls everything, but also he's invisible and you can't touch him or see him or smell him or anything. Okay, and then I'll say, well, I don't believe you because you provided no evidence. And then and then you'll say, well, the burden of proof is on you because you can't disprove it. No, that's not how logic works. The burden of proof is on the one making the claim. The default position is not believing in the magic walrus. So you need to demonstrate that some reason to think there's a magic walrus. Otherwise, I'm not going to pay attention to you, and I'm going to think you're crazy. Or you're just messing with my head or something, you know? So I hate this whole nonsense when they say, like, you can't disprove it, therefore the burden of proof is on you. No! No, you can't disprove the flying spaghetti monster, but, you wouldn't claim that the burden of proof is on the people trying to... Oh, crap! I've just heard various angry noises, I apologise. But, it doesn't help. These creationist people drive me insane, They can't even, most of them can't even get their definition right. I don't know if you care about this at all, I'm sorry, but this is just my ramble. Man, scientific illiteracy. What? I don't understand. Why do these people, why do they go to so much effort to prove that they were made of clay instead of bits of exploding stars? Not that something's desirability has any impact on its truth value, but I'm just saying they seem to want this nonsense to be true so badly, and I don't understand why. I thought the reality is a lot cooler, but I don't know. So, can you guess what my house is going to look like yet? I bet you can't. Well, it's going to be a big circly thing. I considered kind of scanning my picture into an image document thing and then showing it to you, but I think this would be more surprising. I think I want you to have to guess. Do you have any interesting topics of conversation? But yes, and let's talk about the argument from ignorance, shall we? Once upon a time, people didn't understand what caused rainbows. This made some people say, well, clearly God did it. And, there was no better explanation available at the time, so I'm sure a lot of people just went for that explanation. But, this is what we call an argument from ignorance, also known as the God of the Gaps argument. This is the thing that bloke I was talking about was trying to do. And he was defending it as not being an argument from ignorance. And I don't understand how he gets away with that, other than his presuppositional nonsense. Literally, I presuppose that God exists, therefore God exists. No, that's not valid. You can't do that. That's just, I presuppose that the flying spaghetti monster and the invisible unicorn, invisible pink unicorn exists. That's not how that works.